it can be something that's not even connected with America. Say the whole Meghan Markle thing, right? Conservatives, they backing the Queen.
Of course.
And, you know, liberals, progressives are backing, you know, what Meghan Markle got to say as far as race and all that good stuff.
But you know, but that just goes to show you, like,
So check this out, though, Mike. Now check this out, fellas. We got to go a little deeper before we close.
Yeah.
See, now everything we talked about, great points. We all got some good opinions, and everything is good, man. But now, I want y'all to sit back and think about this.
Yeah.
If I'm weighing Harvest and you weigh on Jordan Lane by Reflections Barbershop, can I catch up with you in my car? Can I catch you and you going, if we going all the way to the South Parkway, would it be possible for me to pass you up from Harvest? All right. So that means what I'm saying is we 400 years behind. There ain't no catching up. It's hard. There ain't no way we can regroup from that.
Yeah.
All right. Now, two, anytime you got white judges out of all the Supreme Court and you don't got nothing but a handful of blacks with the power, it's a no-win situation. We got to fix all of that. See what I'm saying? There are my two major things that got to happen, fellas. And that's where it starts with. So no matter what we debate about, again, when it goes in the hands of somebody, he won't be black.
And to follow up on that too, you know, you hear a lot of people in the last 3 or 4 years talk about prison reform, prison reform, prison reform. It's actually doing what it was designed to do. So how can you reform something that's doing what it's designed to do? If you have an institution that's meant to lock up disenfranchised people of color and even poor whites, you know, how are you going to overhaul it without overhauling the whole system or just starting from scratch?
That's what I'm saying.
Courtney, I want you to chime in on this.
They're not going to overhaul it because some people are making millions and even billions off of it. So they're not going to get rid of that.
Same thing as pharmaceuticals.
Yeah. But like Reggie was saying, the whole system needs to be overhauled. But unfortunately, like Reggie said again, there are white people in charge, and when it's time for them to, I guess, retire or their time comes to the end, they've already got a successor in place who they trained for the same mentality. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's,
and, you know, growing up, we all heard that, oh, I can't hate till all the racist people die off. And 2021, you go on some of these forums, you have young 21-year-olds spouting that nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you guys follow me on Facebook, you guys constantly see me in the CNN threads, you know, laying out that work. So, you know, it's just one of those things where it's a mentality that's passed down.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
right? I just think everything should be fair. I think it should be white. If it's 10 people, it should be 10 whites, 10 blacks, or split up or whatever nationality it is. It shouldn't be mostly white. That's all I'm saying. Y'all notice, now check this out. Every state got a chief of police, and he's a token nigga. Excuse my language. Always got a black chief of police. You know why? Because he gonna have to take all the jump when it's all said and done. Versus if I'm a chief of police, you white police ain't gonna be killing a lot of black on my watch.
Nope.
That's what y'all noticed that, right?
Yeah, that's fact.
They happy with that position. Oh, I'm the chief. They want you to be the chief. They call you that token.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how the mayor pretty much gives that chief his job. So that's where we kind of have to, you know, like how Malcolm X said, you know, the Ballot The Bullet, right? You got to point your bullet in the right direction. A lot of times we just only want to get engaged when it's on a national level, right? Yep. But we have to kind of get engaged in our school board meetings, faculty, staff. What is that called? PTS, PTA. And you have to get it, you know, the school boards and the city councils too. Yeah. So we saw we saw that we could change some stuff with the vote, or even the outrage, right? You look at the whole George Floyd, and I know me and Reggie talked about this, how they gave out what 27 million, but you already know that means that somebody's about to get off, basically.
Oh yeah.
Subject for another podcast.
They gave him 3rd-degree murder, man.
Yeah. Subject for another podcast. But with that outrage, things were just done instantaneously. You know, a lot of companies were stepping up and saying, "Hey, this is wrong. This is wrong." And so we saw what America could be, right? But we also saw that America's really still hurt because now everything's politicized, right? Depending on where you stand on the aisle, you're going to be for something or you're going to be against it, right? It can be something that's not even connected with America. Say the whole Meghan Markle thing, right? Conservatives, they backing the Queen.
Of course.
And, you know, liberals, progressives are backing, you know, what Meghan Markle got to say as far as race and all that good stuff.
But you know, but that just goes to show you, like, whiteness and white supremacy, bruh, stretches all over the world. Because I watched Meghan McCain. I can't stand Meghan McCain, bruh. She trashed to me. But she gonna sit up there and say some stupid thing talking about if Oprah Winfrey and Meghan Markle want to bring down the monarchy, I'm all for it. Like, you more concerned about what's happening over there in a whole nother country, and right here we got black folk dying every day at the hands of the people who's supposed to be serving and protecting us. See, white interest is totally different from ours. All we want is equality, bro. That's all we want. We don't want.
That's all we want.
That's all we want. That's all we want is equality. But they already have whatever, amassed everything they have. So they're more concerned about what's going on with Meghan Markle and Harry than their own citizens here in this country right here.
That makes sense.
That just goes to show.
Oh, go ahead, John. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
No, I mean, if you look at it, we're just an offshoot of the British Empire. I mean,
exactly.
They still control everything, you know, here that we're doing. Basically, you know, we're a nation of entertainment. So they allowed us this opportunity to come here so we can be the petri dish.
And make a money.
Run experiments and see how it works here before the world, you know, interacts with it or takes any part of it. So I agree with you. It's
Hey, Mike, check this out. If y'all ain't had a chance, y'all need to watch this movie by Irv Gotti called Tales. And it flipped the script where all the cops are black, just like what we live in. It's just the opposite. I love that movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out, but I'm not really too keen on all cops being black too, because
some of them are the worst. Some of them are the worst.
I'm just saying, they treated it was just the opposite of what goes on in the world.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. My bad. You kind of threw me off because I know some Bojangling buck dancing.
Yeah, I'm talking about, it's called Tales by Irv Gotti.
Yeah.
Listen,
I'm gonna check it out because. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say some of my worst experiences have been with black cops.
I already know, Uncle Tom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you look at I know we recapped the movie a couple weeks ago, but Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
You remember the cop in the first 3 scenes?
Yeah, just talking.
You know what I'm saying? He was hard on him, talking about you look like one of them Crenshaw Mafia looking mother, whatever. You know, you rolling 60s. But I mean, those be the ones that be kind of like the roughest on the brothers sometimes. Yeah. And you might have to have that white cop, hey man, chill out. But they'll be like, nah, man, you gotta be tough with them. You know, so so we have to kind of be careful. I mean, you know, just like in politics, right? We can't think, just like John said earlier, all skin folk is not kinfolk. You can't believe that because you have a black city council and you have a black mayor that they're gonna do something for black people.
Man, y'all go look up Brother Tyrone Muhammad. He'll tell you they ain't doing them what they say they're gonna do. But look, last year, fellas, somebody moved behind me. Some white couple moved behind me. They had a bonfire to about 5 o'clock in the morning. Loud and everything. Nobody was worrying about it. The minute I played my music and it was loud, here come Jekyll and Hyde. But I let them know, I ain't cutting nothing off. They
Right.
had a party. Nobody said nothing. Why you over here messing with me? And he was
Right.
black. Guess what he did? Went on his way.
Yeah, yeah. Because a lot of times they think that because of your skin tone, you're an easy target,
Yep.
and you don't have the means to fight this out. You know, and you look at the criminal justice system, right? A lot of people who have money, they get off, right? And I'm not talking about millionaires and billionaires. I'm talking about people in Huntsville. If you have enough money and you come up on a drug charge,
Are
you
you
can
gonna
get
get
out.
out?
You know, a lot of times with the criminal justice system, it's all about how well you can prove your case that you're innocent, but also how much money you have to keep
That's
on
right.
fighting that case, because it gets expensive, right? Even when you're out on parole, you know, or you're on probation, you have
They
all
ain't
these
gonna turn that
fees.
money down.
Yeah, you have all these fees. When you get out, you might not have that uncle who owns a barber shop or who owns a cutting grass company to help bail you out. You're just out here, you know, alone. You don't. I mean, hell, you fill out an application, it might say, "Oh, have you had a conviction in the last 2 years?" You can't lie on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that kind of goes back to how we have to present opportunities for each other, and a lot of it is us actually putting out that information, sharing that information, because you know information is power. So a lot of times we don't want to share information with each other because we might get kind of upset when Mr. Reggie Fresh pulls up in a 2021 Cadillac, you know, and I still got, you know, a 89, you know, Broham. So a lot of
Hey.
times we try to keep that information to ourselves, which is to our own detriment. So a lot of
And look,
times we become co-conspirators of our own degradation.
that's the
Yeah.
same.
You
Hey,
know what I'm saying? And it gets to the point where now, you know, we're all, you know, adults. We actually can help each other's kids get jobs. You see what I'm saying? And that's how you have to do it. You have to keep the ball rolling, you know?
Hey, Mike, do y'all
Yeah.
remember the movie Barber Shop 2? Y'all remember that movie?
Yeah.
Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Now check this out. Everybody liked the movie. The movie was good.
Yeah.
But you remember the other barbershop that moved across the street?
Yeah.
The other barbers had a problem with that. See, that's our problem. I wouldn't care if I work with 100 barbers. It ain't gonna stop me from making my money. That's
Right.
what I seen that they didn't see. It's
Yeah.
about the mindset. Again, educated.
Yep.
Yeah. But I mean, but then on the flip side, what about the churches? You kind of come back to the whole a church on every block.
Well, now see, that's different because they doing
I
it
mean,
for a
that's the
different
biggest
reason. They
business
doing
of
it
them
for
all.
membership.
Man, church, look,
That's big
churches
business.
make some money, man. My whole
They
family's in the
making
church. Man, they have ways of getting that money, right?
Yeah.
The pandemic kind of upset them because it kind of stopped that flow and they had to like get with the
Let me
program
show
as
you
far as
how they do it.
technology. They weren't getting those offerings.
Want
But
me to show you how it works, Mike?
yeah,
You know all them ladies in there, the fellas in there. The fella got to blow out in front of that lady, so he gonna put some money in that offering to let everybody know. And that's what they do. They know that's gonna happen. I'm not gonna go to no church and don't put no money in there. Everybody else is. Why would I? Even if I didn't, you gonna do it. So set up. They know what they doing. That's
I
part
think-
of it.
I think it goes even deeper than that. You know, I mean, because you have to look at how that system is set up to operate. I
Yeah.
mean, I've witnessed conversations between a pastor and another younger gentleman,
Yeah.
and they talked about seed churches and how
yeah,
you can get these grants and these loans to go into these areas and set up these churches as
Yeah.
long as you promote their agenda. You know,
Right.
so I mean, this and as Black people, you know, it's hard to operate in a system where money is the goal. If you don't have money, how they say it, you got to have money in order to make money.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's you know, I think it's a little. I see what you're saying, Fresh, about the offerings and stuff, but it goes a little deeper than that.
Yeah, you're
because
right. Yeah.
when they
Yeah.
tell you, okay, I'll give you $80,000 to go into this inner city and set up a church, and as long as you are preaching or promoting our doctrine, you know, so it's. I mean, it's crazy. It's the system, and the main thing about it is someone who's in power is not going to give those who are not in power the means to overthrow.
Exactly.
Oh
Hey,
no, why would you? I mean, to be honest, like why would they? You know, hell, you can even look at the history of Africa, right? You know, a lot of times we kind of glorify some of the historical figures in Africa, like your Mansa Musa's, right? People say, oh, he was the richest man that ever lived, right? But a lot of his wealth came from slave labor. So there's really no, you know, perfect empire or perfect way to do things. There's always going to be the oppressed and the oppressors.
Always. Yes.
Always. No
Make
matter
everybody
what.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and it's always about money. It's going to always be about money. You know, just like you said about the churches. A lot of times when a person is trying to build a church or trying to start a church, you know, a lot of sisters in the church got MBAs. You know what I'm saying? They go look to them. Hey, I need you to be a grant writer for me.
Yep.
You get that $500,000 grant. You know, kick her $100,000. You good. You know, but I mean, I say all that to say this: that there are some churches that actually kind of give back to the communities too, and I think they should be applauded because everybody is not a Creflo Dollar.
Right.
You know, so you know, for me to say that all black churches don't give back, you know, that's kind of hyperbole. But enough of them don't give back. You know, like I said, I live in Detroit. They got block-long churches, man. On one street, next street, nothing but trap houses and abandoned buildings.
That's a shame.
And the pastor, most times, not all, but most of them, they driving Bentleys. They got $1 million homes, and that congregation can't even pay their rent, man.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy. And they don't even live in the cities that they preach in.
Yeah.
I mean, they talk, you know, and they talk of tithes and things like that. Nowhere in the Bible does it say tithes have to be monetary, because before money was of any value, you had your time. You know, if you were building a house and you needed somebody to come frame it out, you could come to me. I'm gonna come frame the house, and you may be a plumber. You come do the plumbing for my house, and that's how it was done. So when money or when someone found something of value that no one else had and was able to put value on that item, that's when the whole system changed.
Yeah, they do. Right. Same way with weed. Same way.
Yeah. Hey, and I mean, I agree, because you have these young white guys who can now go into it legally, when you had young black men who are still serving sentences for possession of less than what these dudes are moving in the open.
Legally.
You know?
Crazy.
They call cartels now once it's over 100 million.
Oh man.
Yeah. Hey, so James, what do you think about all this?
Well, I don't know why we were talking about Meghan Markle and the simp Harry Wilson, so that was a waste of time. 5 seconds. But so I don't care for the Queen and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it was entertaining, laughing, hi, Royals. Only thing I share is the Prince of William. We got the same birthday. That's about it. But that was a waste of time. The interview was trash. But meantime, I do agree about a whole bunch of stuff in there. We do need some more unity and all that kind of stuff. And churches can be a little bit corrupted. I mean, anyway, the church been corrupted. Even the original church, the Catholic Church, where we protested over, was corrupt. Come on.
That's why we got the name Protestant. We protested the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
You know, and before we leave, I'd like to say, you know, Biden was like the second Catholic president we've had. And you know how people say, oh, this is a Christian nation? Well, Catholicism was the first form of Christianity, wasn't it? Or first a denomination. So we're such a Christian nation. Why are we just having a second Catholic president? And I'm basing that off of what conservatives say.
Because they don't want it to seem like they're controlling, you know, both the church and politics. They got to let them win sometimes.
Yeah. But there you have it, folks. The Rocket City Network. We dropping these classics. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And we out. Yeah.